Chris and I just finished up a weekend in Novi, Michigan. We went up to the Ultimate Fishing Show. We made some money, and then we went over to the Henry Ford Museum, and we spent some money. That museum is great. There's everything. You could spend days in that museum. We saw cars, of course. We saw trains. We saw airplanes. We saw furniture. We saw things you could interact with. We saw kids building a Model T Ford. I wanted to take pictures of everything. My last video I took a few pictures. In this video I'm going to include a few more pictures in what we took. But I guess we're just keeping each weekend we'll try to find something that we find is interesting to video. Just living the dream 1 week at a time. In the railroad section now. I gotta shoot these two. No matter what we see, then we find a new section. We gotta shoot that next. I have never seen these before. These are stagecoaches on rails. This is the DeWitt Clinton. But look at these stagecoaches. They're just like you see in Western movies, but they're on rails. Yeah, I don't know if we can see the inside. Whole big family could fit in there. The kids in the middle. Now on this little train, it's got like three stagecoaches. That is so cool. Now we're starting another engine right here. That's a great big old steam engine. Look at the steam. Look at that on top. Wow. And here's another engine right behind this one. Look at that. See the flags? So fascinating. Every once in a while I have to stop so the camera quits shaking. Look at all that wood up there. Huh. Somehow I made the assumption they just burned coal. But obviously this one's burning wood. Look at the name of this one, Sam Hill. And here's a long passenger coach. Wow. Now what we're coming up on now, it looks like a big snow machine. There's a great big engine behind it. Look at that. You talk about knocking down some big snow drifts. See that? I'm going to get it from the side here where you can see the snow. Look at that. Whoa. Now you got to see the engine that's pushing this. The engine that's pushing this is giant too. Now notice on this one, this is the Canadian Pacific. So they've had to see their share of snow. But look at this angle, that big snow pusher. Canadian Pacific. Now look at the engine that's pushing that. Wow. You talk about power. Look at that sucker. That is huge. Almost have to back up to get the whole thing in the frame. Yeah, that sucker could move a lot of snow. This is in the Henry Ford Museum. There's so much stuff in here. I'm going to turn around and you'll see the actual bus that she rode in. This is from Montgomery, Alabama. This museum is full of stuff. It would take a week to go through this museum. Very interesting stuff. If you like any kind of history at all, such cool stuff in here. I'm going to zero in on Rosa Park one more time. This is Montgomery, Alabama. I remember when I went from Mankato, Minnesota in 1966 to go to college in Chattanooga, Tennessee on the like the washateria I used to wash clothes. They had a sign there saying whites only. Being from southern Minnesota, I hadn't been around blacks much at all, so going to Chattanooga was a whole new experience. Here's today your Rosa Parks. That's the exact bench she sat in.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Wasn't, you know the history because you're telling us, wasn't 3 black people told to move in the back before her and they complied? Wasn't that correct, or is that not correct?
There were, when she was asked to move to the back, it was her and actually 4 other individuals of color who were sitting in this row.
Okay.
So this section, these 4 booths, was deemed the whites only section. And this was full when another white man got on the bus.
Oh.
And so the rule was
I understand. Yeah.
a person of color couldn't sit next to a white individual or remain standing while a white person was sitting. So the bus driver turned around and asked all 4 people of color in this row to move. 3 of them chose to do so.
Yeah, I was thinking 3 did get up and went to the back. So that was, do you know if they were men or women? Do you even
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's pretty courageous, just one woman by herself taking her own stand.
It was very courageous.